Hi friends, welcome back to Sheena's Homestead. If you're new here, I'm Sheena and this is my homestead. Today we are in the kitchen and we are making turkey stock in our crock pot. So the ingredients are the same whether you're making chicken stock or turkey stock, but I cooked up a turkey that I found on clearance at Aldi. They had organic turkeys for $1 a pound. So that was a really good find. I snatched a couple and we made one for dinner last night. So now I have the turkey carcass and we are gonna make a gorgeous, delicious turkey stock from this turkey. So let me show you how. All right, so to get started, I have my celery here. And the thing about chicken stock or turkey stock is that you don't need to cut things very fine. You can leave them in larger chunks like this and they just kind of break down in the pot. So no need to spend extra time on that. So I've got these chopped into about 4 pieces per celery stick. And then I'm just gonna add them in to the bottom of my crock pot. And now we're gonna work on the carrots. So these are just baby carrots. Quickly, I'm just gonna rinse them. And then we are gonna add them straight to the pot as well. So then next on the list is our garlic. I love garlic and I love putting it into all things, so I always tend to put a lot more in than the recipe calls for. Here I have about 7 or 8, maybe even 9 cloves of garlic, and I just smash them up pretty good so that their juices can release and toss them into the pan as well. Here I have 2 onions. They're a little bit more on the smaller side, so that's why I'm putting 2 in at once. I love these onions. They came straight from my garden, so they are extremely potent. I am down to my very last few. I did grow 500 onions this year, which was an awesome feat for me, and I plan on growing more next year. If you're wondering if I used them all, yes I did. I used a lot of them in the salsas that I made this summer, and then in soups and different jar meals that I've canned as well. And the last of them I now have all chopped up in a freezer bag that is in my freezer, so I can just pull them out whenever I need a few onions instead of making the mess and cutting them all up at once. So now we've got our crock pot back in our base, and I'm just going to start adding some of our seasonings. So this is freeze-dried parsley that I made a big batch of recently. So it's nice and fresh. I'm gonna add quite a bit to my recipe here. And then I also have some dill. Dill is not traditional to chicken or turkey broth recipe, but as you know, Rob and I absolutely love the taste of dill. It brings such a nice freshness. And then I'm going to add some black pepper. And we're going to put some salt in there too. I always use Redmond salt. Celtic sea salt is wonderful as well. Just a tip for you, it is super important that you use the right kinds of salt in your diet. The iodized salt that comes from, like table salt, really pulls out a lot of the nutrients in your body, and you really don't want that. You want something that's adding to the nutrients in your body, which would be something like Redmond salt or Celtic sea salt. So now we have our turkey leftover bones. I'm just gonna kind of break these up as best I can. You can use a knife if that helps you, but if you can just pop them off and then put them in individually, that is perfect. Just kind of pile them around so that the biggest bones can go in the middle and lay flat when you close your lid. In this process, some people make sure that they get all the meat off of the bone and just use the bare bone, but I do not do that. I don't have the time to sit there and pick everything off, so I just cook it all together at once, and then when it's time to have it come out and it's all done, I just use a very fine sieve and make sure that all of my broth goes through that. And now I am just adding water to the top of this, and I'm trying to fill it up as much as I possibly can because the more filled it is, the more broth that I get out of it. So I'm just trying to make sure everything is covered with the water. And then that's it. That's as easy as it gets. I did add a bay leaf to this. I didn't show that in the video, but I did add a bay leaf, and you can add whatever things that you like, whatever tastes you like as far as herbs in there. There's no wrong answer. And then I let this roast for 6 hours on high. Some people like to let it go overnight. I don't feel safe with letting something hot go overnight, even though I'm sure it's fine. So I just do 6 hours during the day while we are all awake. Well, friends, it is seriously as easy as that. So we fit the whole carcass of the turkey in there, and as it cooks down, I will probably readjust and kind of push it down into the water, but you really want it to be filled as much as possible with water so that you can get as much broth out of it as you possibly can. So turkey broth is something that is just really simple and really easy, and it's really about all the herbs and things that you want to be in there. The main components are most definitely the onion, the carrots, and the celery. So as long as you get those in, put the things in that you like most. You saw that I put dill in there. Rob and I really enjoy the taste of dill. It's not a traditional thing to put into turkey or chicken broth, but we like it, so it's something we put in. And I did go light on the salt because you can always add more salt. You can't take it away. So we're gonna go nice and easy on all of those things, and we can always spruce them up in our final product when we take out our turkey broth or our chicken broth to use it in a soup or as part of a recipe. You can always add more salt and pepper at that point in time. But it's as easy as that. So I'm just gonna let it sit in the crock pot, and it'll sit there for about 6 hours, roasting and letting all those juices out. We will strain it through a strainer, and then we'll get them all jarred up for our pantry shelf. It's as easy as that. Thank you so much for following along with me today. I hope you liked this video. It was nice and simple and easy to follow along. If you don't mind, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time on Sheena's Homestead. Bye, friends. If you liked this video and you would like to see how I can up all of this lovely broth, then stay tuned. On Sunday I will have a special episode for you to show you how I do that as well.